Welcome, everyone. I am Hope Paterson, and this is a Hope Sparks interview with an amazing leadership coach and human I have the pleasure of collaborating with. He's coming all the way from England.
Thank you, Hope, for having me on. I think my name's Tom Lawrence, and I've been in the engineering industry since I was 16 years old. And so where I am now, I'm working on my own leadership development business called highlyeffectiveleader.com, and I built my own leadership skills up through my work in the engineering industry and working with leaders in Liverpool, where I'm from, in the UK, in Scotland, and in London, in all different engineering departments within different railway companies. I've worked with some great leaders, I've worked with some not so great leaders, and I've worked with some great teams who I've led myself. I've worked with some teams who I've not led so well. So that's where I got all my knowledge and my drive to start my own leadership development business.
I just want to highlight how prolific you are in terms of not only learning and evolving yourself, but also creating highly valuable content that's being eaten up by people all over the world. I have definitely taken note at your epic engagement on LinkedIn and how many people you are supporting and just receiving this amazing back and forth from people who need support around leadership, because I believe we all do more now than ever. And I just wanted to say your approach to leadership has so much kindness, Tom. And this is something that I don't see everywhere, is a real openness, a real kindness, and ability to connect human through channels like LinkedIn and through your work in your books and everything that you are putting into the world. And my question for you is, you focus on a lot of grown-ups, lots of adults, but we have been talking about another passion of yours, which we're going to dive into next week in one of my Hope Braintrusts. Why would you focus your leadership development courses or your wisdom on young people? Why do you think that's relevant right now?
Well, if you look at the main leaders within the world of like the heads of organizations, heads of governments all over the world, you can see within them that they haven't had leadership development from when they were young. They've all had it from when they got their got their jobs, and then when they got, like, say, a leadership position, that's when they started their leadership development. And what we need our young people to become, we need our young people, especially teenagers, to become leaders, or understand what leadership is and how to be a leader, and what a leader does now, while they're teenagers, so that by the time they get round to going into university or going into the world of work, they'll already understand how to influence a person, how to lead a person, and what serving people means, how to help people, so that by the time they do get the leadership or management or supervisory position, they'll already understand, they'll already know how to be a leader. Whereas at the moment, in a lot of the businesses I've worked in, the person who gets promoted to leader from within the team is the best performing person. Whereas that's got nothing to do with leadership. That's just, someone who's a good performer. So that when they take over that leadership position, it's completely different than what they did before. And they don't know how to handle a team. They don't know how to lead a team or influence a team, or create a leadership type culture. They seem to manage people rather than lead people. And that's what creates toxic cultures, and that's what creates individuals rather than teams, which I've seen so many times. I mean, I've done it myself. When I took my first leadership position, I had not that much leadership development. So I had to start developing myself. So if we start developing young people now on leadership, and maybe make it part of the school curriculum in some way, you will have a lot better leaders, within the next 10, 20, 30 years.
I
I
couldn't
believe
agree
anyway.
more. I couldn't agree more. And when we first talked about this, my eyes lit up. You know that I was excited when you started to mention character building, culture development, being a leader, not a manager, and weaving some of these vital human growth tools into younger people's lives. And just the idea that you're going to be able to share some of your work and also support and listen into the educators. I know in my Brain Trust, who are going to show up next week, all adults, and actually we're going to have some young learners as well, come in to talk about this really important topic of how are we building our future leaders. I know with your expert facilitation and your kind leadership style, it's going to be a really dynamic and engaging event. So I'm looking forward to it. And before we hop off, Tom, did you want to share a book that you have that might be helpful or interesting to people who want to dive
Yeah.
into?
Well, if I can share my 3 books. I was going to say, so the first book is it's called Manager to Leader. Don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's on LinkedIn. It's how a manager to leader, how to become a highly effective leader. Basically, it does what it says in the title. If you're a manager and you want to become a leader, this book's for you. But go and check it out on Amazon. Give it a 5-star when you do check it out. Same again. My second book, A Limitless Mindset: How a Highly Effective Leader Thinks. And so this goes through the difference between a limited mindset and what a limitless mindset is, and how a low performing leader has a limited mindset, and how a highly effective leader has the opposite, and what they both are. So if you want to learn more about mindset and how you can grow your own limitless mindset, go on Amazon again and check it out and give it a 5-star. And also my third book is called Influences Leadership. This is probably my most popular book. It's called Become the Highly Effective Leader That Others Want to Follow. So, if you want to be that highly effective leader who grows your followers into leaders, and then they can grow their followers into leaders, and then they can grow their followers into leaders, then this is the book for you. If you want to create that snowball effect for yourself and leverage your own influence through other people, and they can do the same, then go on Amazon, check it out, Influences Leadership, and give it a 5-star.
Amazing. That's what I call playing the infinite game. Everybody wins. And I'm going to put the links in below, and not only for our live event at the Hope Braintrust next week, but also all of Tom's books. Make sure to find him on LinkedIn, reach out and get a taste of his kind leadership and all of his wisdom. We'll see you soon. Thank you.